Students, last time we discussed the topic problem of piecing together the past. So you know that the materials are the evidences that allow archaeologists to build a concept to construct the history. Okay, there are two levels of looking together the past or piecing together the past or the history. One is the classifying find, another one is the problem of interpretations. Okay, so when we talk about the classifying of finds, so we classified it in terms of material such as stone, clay, metal, bones. The second class we classify in the terms of functions. So archaeologists have to decide whether or for which purpose the artifacts or tools are used, either for ritual or something else. So, how to understand the functions of the artifact? Okay, first we resemble it with the object of the present day things of such as the pottery, the bricks, the pots, and then we in which context it is found. Then the third one, sometimes archaeologists have to take resource to indirect evidences. As we, for example, to find out the clothing, we have to depend on indirect evidence, including the depiction of the sculptures. Sculptures, okay. Then archaeologists have to develop frames of references or evidences. So they have to develop the frames. Let me take the example of the Harappa seal that was found could not be understood, you know very well. Archaeologists had a context to which to where to place it, okay, both in terms of a cultural sequences in which it was found, or either they can used in terms of the comparison with the finds of Mesopotamia. So today we will discuss the next point was the problem of interpretations. Archaeologists have faced many problems while interpreting the religious practices of Harappa. Okay, here the interpretation is of the religion or the religious practices. So you can see after examining the artifacts of the Harappa civilizations, the scholar they reconstruct the religious belief and the practices of the Harappan civilization. And then studying these scholars have come out with the ideas regarding the religion practices. Okay, so early archaeologists, okay, thought that certain objects which seemed unusual or unfamiliar may have a religious significance. So here you can see the terracotta figurines of women found in large number on from Harappa were regarded them as mother goddess. Okay, these figures they were heavily jeweled, some with elaborated headdresses. Similarly, rare stone statuary. Second thing, if we talk the first, we talk of the terracotta figurine, which was regarded as mother goddess. Then there was a stone statue of a man, which was called priest king. So in this priest king, they were in a almost standardized posture, seated with one hand on the knee. In the same way, the great bath found in the citadel of Mohenjo-daro was assigned religious significance. Okay, they assumed that they took bath at on the very auspicious day, and then a series of raised brick platform crowned with 7 structures in the citadel at Kalibanga. So they have been termed as fire altar. इसमें अग्नि कुंड की तरह. Then comes a male deity is portrayed as on a Harappa seal, okay, seated on the throne in the typical posture of a yogi. So it has elephant in its right and rhinoceros and buffalo on the left and 2 deer standing under the throne. Okay, so the deity is depicted with the pair of horn crowning its head. So John Marshall identify it with Pashupati Shiva, and the archaeologists that assumed it as a proto Shiva, okay, that in early form of one of the deities of Hinduism, especially in Rig Veda mentioned a god named Rudra which is used for Shiva in the later Puran traditions. So here you can see attempt have made to reconstruct religious belief and practices by examining the seal. So we talk about the male deity seals. Okay, seal with plant motifs are thought to indicate the nature worship. An animal motif, when we talk about here, is a one horn animal often called the unicorn depicted on the seal. So number of these animals are worshipped in the Hindu society. Even today also we worship animal. Some of the animals have been worshipped. So the scholars believe that animal worship was in trend in the Harappan society. So you can see the archaeologists try to move from the known to the unknown. Here the known is the present and that unknown was the past. So the technique of moving from present to past is not plausible, okay, equally in all the sections. In fact, till now much remains in the form of the past. So here we finished the first chapter, okay. So let us discuss the questions paragraph wise, okay. That will help us to revise the chapter also. Before we go through the chapter, okay, first we discuss the pattern of the questions, the types and the length of the questions. So there will be very short, medium, long type questions, in which there will be 1 marks question, okay. It can be multiple choice, it may be, or they will directly ask the questions. There will be medium type questions also, which carrying at least 100 words. Then there will be long questions, the word limit should be around 350 words, and one paragraph based questions, okay. So there will be a paragraph and some questions on the behalf of that paragraph, as you seen in the unseen passages also. And at last there will be a math work of 5 marks. So now in this chapter, okay, we will come to know what is the weightage of the topic and how short and long questions can be formed, okay. So now come to the paragraph first. So you can see I have highlighted some of the sentences, okay. So come to the first paragraph, okay. Here what type of question can be asked? So here the first questions here is, what are the sources available to understand the study of the Harappa civilization? So here we talk about the evidences, okay. So this can be asked in 1 marks, and this can be asked as in the long answer as well as in the medium answer, because in the when we go through it, there is a topic on this behalf. So here if we talk about the sources that are available, so first the Harappa seal. The Harappan seal is possibly the most distinctive artifact of the Harappan or Indus Valley civilization. That is made up of what? Stone called statite seals, okay. Like this one often contain animal motifs and signs from a script that remain undeciphered. So here the people lived in the regions, they left behind the houses, the pots, ornament, tools and seals. So these are what? These are the sources for what? To understand the study of Harappa civilization. So that can be, if they ask, that can be given in 1 marks questions, okay. The next questions in this paragraph is, why was Indus Valley civilizations was called the Harappa culture? Or what do you mean by the term culture? Okay. So in case of Harappa culture, when we talk about why it is called culture or what do we mean by the term culture, because the whole paragraph is based on this culture, okay, especially the based on the definition, proper definition of a culture, okay. So they can ask in a very short type questions, okay. So in case of, if you talk about the Harappa culture, what are the distinctive objects, which area this object formed, okay. So here comes the Indus Valley civilization is also called the Harappan culture. Here the word comes culture. So what is the culture? Archaeologists use the term culture for a group of objects. Here comes for a group of objects which are distinctive in styles that are usually found together within a specific geographical area and period of time. So which are confined to a geographical area for a particular period of time. So a culture is a particular society or civilization specially considered in relation to the belief, the way of life. Okay, so what are the way of life in which we talk about? This is a way of life of a particular society or a group of people, okay, which include everything that a group of people thinks, say, does and makes. Its system, its attitude, its feeling, its language, religion, its food habit, social habit, music and art. Okay, so it is learned and transmitted from generation to generation. So here words come. So the question here lies that in case of Harappa culture, what are these distinctive objects? Okay, here the distinctive object which include the seals, the beads, the weights, the stones, blades and even the baked brick. These are the distinctive object which has its own uniqueness. And when we talk about where are these objects are found, so you can see it is a part of Afghanistan, Jammu, Balochistan and Gujarat. So the next question here comes that a very simple, a very short question, that is why it is known as Harappan civilization. So why it is known as Harappa? So you know the first site where the unique culture was discovered. The civilization is dated between 2600 and 1900 BCE. That you know, that is the time period of the mature Harappa phase or mature Harappa period. Then comes if we talk about the civilization, how many phases or the period, okay, the Harappa civilization is divided into how many periods? We have discussed this earlier, that were divided into three. The archaeologists on the basis of the evidences or carbon dating, they had divided it into three periods: the early Harappa, the mature Harappa and the later Harappa. The early Harappa time period was 35 to 2600 BC. When we talk the mature Harappan phase, it is 26 to 1900 BC, and then comes the later 1900 to 1300 BC. So here come the next topic is the beginning, okay, in which we talk about what? The early Harappa period and the mature Harappa period. They are sharing some common element between them. If we talk about that, these are the sequence, okay, it is a sequence of mature Harappa period, so they are sharing some common element. And then we talk about the features, what are they are having a distinctive features, okay, when we talk the early Harappa phase. See the features of early Harappan culture in this paragraph. Common elements that prove that it is the precedent of mature Harappa, what there is a sequence of mature Harappa is going on. Then comes the that what are the evidences that show a break between the early Harappan and the Harappan civilization. So when we talk about the features of this early Harappa culture, so you can see there are evidence of agriculture and pastoralism, and that is the common element that it share with mature Harappa phase. Then comes the settlement was small, okay. Here it has been written the settlement was small and mostly houses were small, as there is no evidence of any big building. So there is evidence of large scale burning of some site indicating abandonment of settlement. Okay. Then comes, and when we talk about the common element this shares, they can see that the mature Harappa culture developed in some area of the area that was occupied by early Harappan cultures. Okay. So they share certain common elements including the subsistence strategies. Okay. And one more point we can see here, that archaeologists have found evidence of a plough field at Kalibanga associated with the early Harappa levels. We talk about the subsistence strategies, okay. So here comes that how have historians provided new insight into the subsistence strategies of the Harappan culture, or list the items of the food, okay, available of the people in Harappan cities, and the group would have provided these, and then describe the agricultural practices. So once the comes about this subsistence strategies, okay, so what we have to mention here is the Harappans ate a wide range of plants and animal product, including the fish. Okay, so here you can see the archaeologists have been able to reconstruct the dietary practices from finds of cured grains and seeds. These are the studies by archaeobotanists who are specialists in ancient plant remains. So these are what, if we talk about the food, okay, so here you can see what are the foods. So here we can found at Harappa site with the wheat, barley, latin, chickpea and sesame. Millets are found from the site in Gujarat. Same with the animals bones also found in this civilizations. Okay, as far it shows they indicate that there was a domestications of animals. Okay, so bones of wild spices such as species such as boar, deers and ghadiar are also found. We do not know whether the Harappan hunted this animal themselves or obtained meat from other hunting communities. Okay, so when we talk about the subsistence strategies, okay, so we need to talk about their dietary system, dietary, the domestications of animals, okay, and then comes their agricultural practices. Here comes the agricultural technologies. So what questions can be formed, can be asked. So here you can see mentions any two method adopted by the Harappa for increasing the agricultural protection. Okay, so what different technology used for their protections, or what are the agriculture technology used by the Harappa, and that another questions that can be what are the evidences that there were the prevalence of the agriculture. So here when we talk about what are the evidences that shows indicate that there was a prevalence of, what were the evidences that indicate that there was a prevalence of agriculture. So you can see the finds of the grain. Okay, so representations on seal and terracotta sculptures, you can indicate that bulls was shown, was known, and archaeologists extrapolate from this, okay, that the oxen were used for plowing. So here you can see which site they have been found and what are the evidences of cultivating the land. Okay, especially you can see in Kalibanga there is an evidences of plowed field, and then you can see the field had two sets of furrow at the right angle to each other, suggesting that two different crops were grown together. Okay, and you can see here archaeologists have also tried to identify the tool for used for harvesting. It can be of stone blade sets in wooden handles, or did they use the metal tools. Okay, then comes the different method of irrigations were developed here for agriculture in the Harappan civilization. So what are the different methods? So here you can find that there was a semi-arid lands where irrigation was probably required for agriculture. So traces of canals have been found, especially in Sotraghai in Afghanistan, but not in Punjab and Sindh. So here, so you can find here the water drawn from the well and was used for irrigations. Beside there was a water reservoir found in Dholavira, okay, which is used for to store water for the agriculture. So you can see that how extensively the agriculture was practiced. So it's enough for today. Thank you.